A key number out today from a UN report is that in the last year, one woman or girl was killed every 10 minutes by either an intimate partner or a family member. I'm just looking over some of the information you all have put out today, Rafael. We mentioned one woman is killed every 10 minutes. A third of women will acknowledge that they've been subjected to some form of violence in their lifetime. Female genital mutilation is up 15% compared to numbers 8 years ago, and 70% of all women in a conflict zone, so if we think Haiti, we think Sudan, Ukraine, or Gaza, are experiencing gender-based violence. It seems to me that things are not getting better, Rafael. What do you think?
Well, unfortunately, this is not decreasing at all. So it really is a call for us to ask member states and beyond them, the global community, because everyone has a role to play to really accelerate progress to eliminating violence against women and girls. All member states pledged by 2030, violence against women and girls will be eliminated. As you mentioned, we haven't seen progress in terms of actual violence experienced by women and girls so far. So it is now time to accelerate action.
Okay, so let's get into this, but that was a lot. Sorry. So when I talk to men about this, I talk about the patriarchy all the time, and I talk about the real world violence that is visited upon women at the hands of men, right? Like men are the ones committing this act of violence. If you read that stat right there, plain as day, it says one woman killed every 10 minutes by partner or relative. Men. By men. I'm just going to say men because that's who's doing it. So every 10 minutes, a woman or a girl is killed by a man simply for being a woman. Simply for being a woman or being a girl. Because what other reason is there to kill a girl or kill a woman? They don't pose many threats to men physically. So I don't understand. Where's the imminent threat that women pose to men? They don't. To justify doing that to them, to justify femicide, can't see it. And this is why I get so angry when I'm talking to men who try to downplay what's going on in the world. Even just today, I was talking to a man and a couple men, and they were like, "No, I don't believe I don't believe women are oppressed." Really? One woman is killed every 10 minutes in the world by their partner or a family member, and you don't think women are oppressed? Interesting. If this is an oppression, I don't know what is.
A key number out today from a UN report is that in the last year, one woman or girl was killed every 10 minutes by either an intimate partner or a family member. I'm just looking over some of the information you all have put out today, Rafael.
So more than likely it's either, and I want you guys to pay attention to this, why men, I laugh at the idea that men are protectors. Because an intimate partner or a family member, let me give you the two people. An intimate partner, boyfriend or husband, closest man to them at the time. Or a family member, father, closest man to them at the time. No doubt about it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So the very men that, we protect and we all that stupid ass shit, be the first fucking men that the police gonna look at if a woman close to them is killed. The first person they're gonna look at is the man that's closest to that woman. Period, point blank. The last man to see the woman alive, they're gonna look at that dude. They're gonna scrutinize the fuck out of him. I'm not saying they're gonna do that. They're not gonna do that with a woman. They should, right? Because anybody's capable of murder in general, but they're not. It's not. They'll bypass the last woman that saw a person alive a lot of times and skip. Well, who's the last man that saw? You know what I'm saying? But the person that they are going to examine the closest in the event of femicide is going to be a man, and the man that is closest to that woman. Period, point fucking blank. And why do you think that is? If it's not a real thing, if misogyny, if femicide, if whatever, because I've heard men say it's not a big problem. If it's not a big deal, right? Then tell me why. And it's not real. It's not a thing. then tell me why people who are actively trying to solve crimes, whose that is their job, right? They are taking the most scientific approach, meaning the most likely scenario. That's all they care about. They don't care about protecting the patriarchy in this case. They don't care about any of that shit. They're taking the most scientific approach to cracking this case. And the most scientific approach to cracking the case is start with the men closest to the woman. Period. Why? If it's not real, why would the police do it? Why would the police be the first? They are the prime example that it is a fucking thing. If the police know it's real. The police is a patriarchal institution in and of itself. But even the police know, oh, if I was trying to solve a crime, I'm going, the killing of a woman, I'm going to the men in their life first. So can y'all please stop playing in our fucking faces and acting like this isn't real?
Mentioned one woman is killed every 10 minutes. A third of women will acknowledge that they've been subjected to some form of violence in their lifetime. So
33% of women, 1 out of 3 women, are subjected to physical violence in their life. Physical violence. Physical. A third, physical violence. Physical abuse. Right? So let's do the math. Remove the third off of the table. Right? If there are 3 million women, right? Remove 100 million of them. You got 200 million left. Because physical violence is so we already know that a third of the women are abused, right? How, if a third are physically abused, what percentage of women do you think are emotionally, economically, and mentally abused? Out of the 200 million left, if a third of them were physically abused, what do you think the other 200 million? What is the likelihood that the other, or what percentage of the 200 million that are left over are also abused? 90%? If it's 30%, 33%, for what, like, I've been trying to tell y'all, clock that math, man. I'm telling you, the vast majority of women are abused, which means the vast majority of men are abusive. Thank you very much.
Genital mutilation is up 15% compared to numbers 8 years ago, and 70% of all women in a conflict zone, so if we think Haiti, we think Sudan, Ukraine, or Gaza, are experiencing gender-based violence.
The first group of people to suffer during a war are going to be the women and the children. The first group of people. They're going to be the first ones to get raped, the first ones to get trafficked, or whatever the case may be. The first ones. No doubt about it.
It seems to me that things are not getting better, Raphael. What do you think?
Well, unfortunately, this is not decreasing at all. So it really is a call for us to ask member states and beyond them, the global community, because
I'm trying. I'm trying, Raphael. I'm trying. I'm gonna do what I could do. You know, I'm reaching who I can reach. That's really all I could do. But this is a serious, I don't know what else to tell y'all. It's just a very serious topic. It's just a very serious issue globally. And a lot of it is just rooted in, or a lot of it can just be changed if men would just look beyond themselves. Or look within even. You know what I'm saying? But like got out of this space of like, everything I do as a man is rationalized and okay. And since other men aren't challenging me on it, therefore that means that it's the right thing to do. Men aren't going to be the ones to challenge you on this, brother. They're not. Few and far between. There's not going to be enough men challenging you on this.
Everyone has a role to play to really accelerate progress to eliminating violence against women and girls. All member states pledged by 2030.
2030 is in I mean, 5 years now, 5 years in a few months. We're not even close. And what are they doing? What are they doing to stop gender-based violence? I haven't seen media change. I haven't seen social media change. None of it. What are you guys doing? What are you teaching in the history books? Are you teaching about women? Are you teaching about women's contributions to the world? Are we in sex ed? Are we teaching consent in sex ed, which I feel like should be a part of sex ed? A part of sex ed should be teaching consent to boys and girls.
Violence against women and girls will be eliminated. As you mentioned, we haven't seen progress in terms of actual violence experienced by women and girls so far. So it is now time to accelerate action.
We got to accelerate it. It needs to skyrocket. We need to push it. Come on. I'm not. This is frustrating. At first I was sad, but now I'm just upset, and I'm more driven now to keep doing what I'm doing. I really am.